Okay, we may not have all the length we need on this video, but we're going to take a look at the babies. Pretty much all the babies in the pens have lost their spots. If you take a look, you'll get to looking at them, and you'll see that, I'll zoom in a little bit, a couple of babies right there. Remember, the does have the tag in their left ear, the little bucks have their tag in the right ear. But a lot of our bucks are beginning to show their little nubbins right now, so you can look at the nubbins. You can see the difference in the size of those babies. And you looked at that baby right there, and those two babies behind it are a lot bigger. And I can tell you right now that one's a buck, and I believe that one's a buck over there too. See where the tag is, but see how big those deer are? They're beginning to have a pretty big discrepancy in size. That boy walking back there is pretty doggone good size. This little girl right here is a beautiful little girl. And we're going to be turning those babies loose probably the end of the month. That boy over there is a big boy. Take a look at some of them over here. It's a nice little buck walking up here, and you can see his nubbins without any problem at all. Look at those nubbins he's got right there. He decided he's going to go off, but now that's going to be a big deer. That's going to be a big boy. It's another boy right there. We've got lots of little boys to turn loose. You can see his nubbins. Look how tall and lanky they are getting. They're getting just really, really tall and lanky. These deer are going to be big champion deer like Forrest, Whitey, TC. These deer, Whitey is the daddy of all of these deer, and all these baby deer you see is Whitey. There's a little doe right there. It's a beautiful little doe. And you can see that everybody's messing around. There's a buck right over there. It's a nice sized buck. And the deer I don't see any spots on anything here. And Lucille still got some spots. Little Whitey's got, Lucille, not Lucille. Lucille is gone. Wild Child's got some spots left on her. Little Whitey's pretty much got rid of his. And if the deer would ever get a rain on them, that would happen. But when it was raining back the 1st of September, that little bit of rain we got, the only rain we've had since the first week in June, that little bit of rain that we got, you know, these deer were out in the outside and got rained on, and little Whitey and Wildchild pretty much just got in the building. That's the first rain, the only rain that most of these deer have ever seen in their life. That 1.5 inches and then 0.4 that we got back the first week in September. I think like September 2 or 3, something like that. And then we have not had any since, and here it is the end of September. But you'll notice that these guys are turning into deer. They're turning into deer. That's a big, beautiful little doe right there. She looks like a big full-grown doe, and she's not. There's a full-grown doe right there beside her. That might be her mama. She's thinking, how about a drink, mama? They are still nursing a little bit. We've noticed them nursing a little bit. There's another doe right there that's a nice full size. And that's a buck. That's a baby. I mean, a fawn. That's all those two are. See the size of them? Difference in that big doe back behind them. There's another little baby right there, another baby doe. And amazingly, the little does are kind of running around with the other little does. The little bucks are running around with the other little bucks. But you can see the difference there, how tall those little babies are. And the one there on the right is a buck. The one there on the left is a doe. But you can see the difference in size of those two deer. And how close they're getting to getting almost as tall as their mamas. So it's really pretty amazing. He says, I'll take a drink, Mama. And she said, no, I don't think you will. You can see we burned the hay. One of the reasons we burned the hay, we was concerned about parasites and bugs down in there, and we thought we'd burn it and try to kill all that out, and because we've had a little bit of an illness here. And just as I talked about deer not having any spots, up comes a real pretty little doe with some spots. She's a little thing. She's tinier than a lot of the others. She's still got some spots. That deer was maybe born in July. We had some born as late as July this year. So that's a good look at those. As I look over there, Snoopy has moved a little bit, but he's laid down in that burnt off ground. That's kind of funny. I never seen him do that before. Of course, we've never burnt the hay in here before. We raked it all up in a pile and burned it to try to get rid of any of the bugs or bacteria or anything might be down in there making our deer sick. Because we have had a couple, 2 or 3 get sick. We've used a lot of that high dollar Drax and I can't remember what the other medicine's called. Exenol, I think is what it's called. Which is a really good medicine also and not nearly as expensive as Drax. Let's walk over there and take a look at those bucks one more time and see if we've got light enough to go look at Prince Charming. I don't know what the deal is, but it seems like Snoopy, he got up and moved, but he just moved over to a different spot in the burnt hay. I don't know what the deal is, but they just seem to like that for some reason or another. I'm gonna walk over here and try to get a little bit different angle looking at Whitey and Snoopy. Neither one of them seem to be too interested in moving. Snoopy's going to get up and move around a little bit there. Take a look at him and you see he's still just gorgeous and beautiful. It's getting close to dark. I know the light's changing around a lot, but see that big rubbing post there that they rub their horns on. He's looking great, doing absolutely wonderful. Nothing at all wrong with that deer. He hasn't shown any signs of being ill at all. I mean, he's just been great. I take a look at him over. I'll try to get one behind that post, but he's behind the post. And he's gonna rub on it just a little bit there. They love to rub those horns on something this time of the year. Because it's the time of the year where we're beginning to get, well, we're more cautious around them. Once their horn gets hard like they are right now, you got to be more cautious. He's got plenty of South Fresh deer food in there on demand. Go over and eat a little bit out of that feeder. That is not a Texas Hunter feeder there. That's a feeder made locally. But it seems to be doing great now that it's got South Fresh food in it. So we're tickled to death to have that. You can see him chomping on it. Everybody seems to chow down on it. All right, I'm gonna back away from him just a little bit and take a look at. Okay, now you can see he moved from where he was earlier, and but he's still laying in that burnt hay. Because we've never done that before, so never seen that happen. But they all seem to lay in it. We got another doe right here. I mean, just a few feet away from me that's laying in that hay also. She seems to be fine. Nothing wrong with her at all. And you can see Whitey laying there, move around. He doesn't want to get up. He's just laying there in that hay, enjoying himself. He moved a little bit. He just simply repositioned himself. But if you take a look at him, he's fat, he's eating, he's drinking every day. We're watching him real closely. We have actually given him 3 or 4 shots this week of Exenol and of Draxin, and he just doesn't seem to have much energy. He's a little listless, I guess you'd say. But he's not. His mouth is not dripping. He's not coughing. He's just pretty much got rid of that limp. He's walking with just a little bit of a limp, and we just don't know again if that's a growth there or what it is on his chest. We just think it might be part of his chest. He's got a big barrel chest there, and we look at most all the deer, and the bucks are pretty much all like that. So we're not really sure. But one thing we know that since he was limping and kind of acting up a little bit, and he might have just simply sprained an ankle or something, hurt himself a little bit. But he's kind of listless. He moves around kind of slowly, but he's been walking around, feeding, eating. We're up here real close to him looking at him. He's just an absolutely big, beautiful buck. And we sure want him to participate in the rut one more year, so hopefully we'll be able to keep him alive. This heat is really tough on him, though. Hey, the heat's tough on me. But right there is a big, beautiful set of horns or antlers. That's gorgeous right there. I don't care who you are. That's absolutely fantastic. Now he's gonna just lay over there and take a nap. He'll lay his head down and take a nap, not paying any attention to me at all. What a beauty. Okay, it is getting close to dark. It's getting really close to dark, it looks pretty good. The light looks pretty good, and I'm gonna, instead of getting in there, because I want Snow White up here too. I got an entire bag of carrots here, a big full bag of carrots, and let's see what it seemed like we changed brands on these carrots. They're not Grimsley Farms. These are Hummingbird Farms. Oh, looky here. Looky here. Looky here. You know what that is? Look down there. Look down there. he reared up on his back legs and come up and begging for carrots, even after he's eaten all that whole big bowl of stuff. Anyway, this is not a little Whitey video. This is a Prince Charming video. So I'm going to feed them through the fence here, and mainly I'm not going to get in there with them because I definitely want the babies up here getting some food, and I definitely also want. I want Prince Charming. You can get a really good look at his hard horns. They're hard horns. He does have a little bit of. There you go, baby. He does have a little bit of quite a little bit of velvet still left on there. I'm gonna throw some in there for the babies because I've got a whole bag here. Look at this little guy. Look at here. Look at here. Come on. Come up here. Come up here. Stand up here. Oh my goodness. Now Snow White is going to come over here and probably eat. I'm not sure. She just gets nervous, and it's almost like she's camera shy when we get the camera around. But I'm just pretty positive she's going to come over here. Looky here what I got. That is really something. Little Whitey, you're just about a camera. I mean, you're a camera hog, that's for sure. But you're also a carrot hog. And I want those babies in there to have some carrots, and I want Snow White, but it's almost like when you get that camera out around Snow White, because I'm not in there with them now. I'm standing outside, and I've got an entire 2 pounds. I was looking to see what these were. These carrots are Hummingbird Pride, or Hummingbird Produce. Colorado Family Farm, Hummingbird carrots. So these are not Grimsley's. I've been getting Grimsley's. Grimsley never did send me any coupons, so maybe now Colorado Family Farm, maybe they can send me some discount coupons and I can buy twice as many. I'll spend just as much money. Look at him. Standing up. He's standing on his hind legs. That is so cute. Whitey. That is so cool that you're doing that. And I wish that Snow White would come over and eat some of these. I hate to just give them all to that big boy. And this little boy here. Where is there you go. Snow White, come on, Snow White. I wish she'd come over. I'm throwing some over the fence, hoping she comes over here, because I got a whole 2 pound bag. Well, I don't have but about half a pound left. But you can see, taking a look at those hard horns, you can look at them all you want right there, because they certainly look great. They're big, and he's racking them on this gate a lot. He's pushing on this gate and racking the wire, and he's also that big pole that we've got over there. He's done a lot with that pole, and that we put in there for him to rub. He's been rubbing on that big time. You know, as dark as it is, this video is actually looking pretty good. I'm a little dark on there, but it's actually looking pretty good. We look right down here, and you see little Whitey down there. He's begging. Oh. But Whitey, this is Antlers video here. This is Antlers. You get plenty of airtime, buddy. I think I dropped that one. Looky here. Look at him. Your little hooves are sharp as they can be. Yeah, they're sharp as they can be, buddy. You love carrots, man. Carrots has got to be really good for these deer too. Of course, they like all kinds of produce. They eat squash, they eat okra, they eat watermelon. I cut a watermelon today for lunch, and so I'm going to have a lot of watermelon to give them tomorrow. Oh, you're begging. And you're begging, big boy. I want you to take a look at those antlers. We're about to run out of daylight. I'm going to throw some more carrots in there for Ice and Casper to eat. And you got your nose through there. I don't think that Snow White got anything. I'm going to have to come out here, and there she is, kind of coming up there finally. Snow White didn't get hardly any carrots, because I'm out of them now. That's about it. That's all you get. And I may have one left in here for you. There you go, buddy. There you go. There's 2 on the ground. Hey, there's some on the ground. Yeah, eat those off the ground. Yeah. He says, oh, and there you are, and you didn't get any. Here's 1 carrot. There's 1 carrot on the ground. 1 carrot. You can have it. Here's another carrot on the ground. Yeah, here's another carrot. You can have it, baby. All right, I'm going to go fix some milk for these babies. Get Chris in. Guys and girls, it's been a really, really fun little deal doing the Antlers video here this week. We've got another deer back there. Look back here behind me. Come up here, try to eat. I think that is Lucky 13, I believe. Just kind of taking a look. It's getting dark. I can't see real well, but I think that's Lucky 13. The antlers are hard mostly. We still got some soft antlers. And Prince Charming, I know they're not growing anymore, but by golly, they look like they're getting bigger, don't they? Sun's about to set over there. The sun is set. It's getting dark out here. Got my green lights on the front of the little pen there. We got to get that wire on the bottom of these pens here. We get these into their big enclosure, their big corral. And guys and girls, have you a great one out there. And remember about Jimmy Houston Fishing Channel. Got to get over there and get subscribed on that if you want to watch some fishing. I sure do love you.